Hi guys, this is Namcraft. What's going on? Welcome to potentially the final set of KCM 2025 Season 1 Week 6. We're going to be having Shuttle with 5 kills under his belt facing up against the potentially final opponent Shuttle. Rush with 5 kills under his belt, and Shuttle is going to be the challenger. If Rush can defeat Shuttle now, then the series will be over and Terran will walk away with 2 points. Let me just quickly show you what are the point situation after 5 weeks. Terran is leading with 6 points, Zerk with 5, and Protoss has got 4. So now Zerk will stay exactly where they are with just with just 5 points, and then Protoss will be up with 5 points if they lose here, but if they win they will get 6 points and Terran will stay on 6 points. But otherwise then we'll search up with 8 points and Zerk and Protoss will both have 2 points. So let's see how the games will play out. Now Shuttle is not a noob, guys. Shuttle is very strong. He has got a nice streak in one of the recent pro leagues. I'm not gonna spoil the results, but he's been doing very well. And let's see how he does here. I'll just quickly show you also the ELO scores. Yeah, Shuttle is not in the top 10, you know, granted, because his performance is okay, like in one day, but not overall. So that's that. But what else do I want to tell you about? I guess the map is Polestar. You can already see that. Yep, this is what the map Polestar looks like, and let me just quickly show you the map stats. So on Polestar, for Terran players, they enjoy a where is it exactly? There it is, 52% win rate against Protoss. So slightly good for Terran on this map. Let me just also show you possibly the photos of the people. So I'm gonna first show you the incumbent Rush. He is just doing so well today, so well. This is what Rush looks like. He has discovered the probe. He's gonna try to kill it. And Shuttle, do I have Shuttle? Yeah, I do have Shuttle. This guy is no longer playing actively. He's mainly the sidekick of Terror, you know, in the university leagues and doing some, you know, reality TV shows. So he doesn't play Starcraft that much, but he's been doing well this month. Not this month, this 1 or 2 days, that's it. So that's that. Anyways, SV is gonna try to stop the probe from putting down the Nexus. He will try as fast as possible. The other probe will return though. Well, there's going to be an injury bay coming up. The probe need to run away. He will go. The Dragoon is here to block, and the SV gets destroyed. It gets killed. So what is up with that? Does Rush go for the attack? He's going to be going for one factory, and he will expand. Yeah, he will expand. So he accepts that he's a little bit behind. The Dragoon is out, and Shuttle is just really lucky that he was able to, you know, cross maps spawn from his opponent, and he got that SCV, and he gets the Nexus very early. The Dragoon is out here. There's no bunker, so if Shuttle can get one Marine, he's very lucky. He's got to be careful because the Vulture is here. He will take one attack, but he will need to back up. Now, Shuttle is not a good player. In my book, he's okay. But he is an ASL champion, and many of you have scolded me that do not ridicule Shuttle in public because he's an ASL champion. And indeed he is. If you look at, oh, that's a lot of unnecessary stuff. Let me just quickly hide some of those you know, stats. There it is. If you look at his you know, okay, these guys are not Shuttle, excuse me. I don't know what can I show you? I guess I cannot show you anything at all. But Shuttle's got 1 win under his belt, 1 championship, and that is the first ASL Season 1. He was a champion, everyone knows about that. Anyways, looks like Rush's gonna try to do something cheeky here. He comes out with some Vultures, some Marines, and if he doesn't have a tank, it's not gonna work. The Dragoon range is not yet done. So we gotta be a little bit careful here if we were Shuttle. 2 Vultures, 3 Marines, and they might just try to do a push, but the probe has been sent out already. I fail to kind of imagine how this attack could actually be anything at all, because you don't have mine. Okay, there's gonna be the Vultures trying to come through here. The Dragoon needs to block correctly. He's blocking correctly. He's got a Dragoon outside though. He doesn't have range. That's the problem. Vulture's gonna try to attack. I need to attack the Vulture. Probes need to attack now. What are the Probes doing? He gets the first Vulture. He's get the second Vulture. He's gonna try to get the first, but he's gotta be careful against the Mind or he lose. All of the Vultures have been destroyed, but he's gonna try to get through. There's gonna be another Dragoon. The third Dragoon needs to start to attack. He gets this Vulture. He needs to get the Mind. He needs to be super careful. He gets the Mind. He gets all of the Marines. He's gotta try to do a moving shot. He loses a probe, but now he's gonna save his mineral line for sure. The next Vulture is gonna try to come through. You need to move the Dragoon down. Move all the Dragoons down. He's gonna try to do that. This Vulture is gonna try to attack, but I think the Vulture would die now. All of the Mine, would they fall? Looks like the Mines are not yet destroyed. Need to do the moving shot against the Mine. He loses another Marine. And of course, without range, it's so hard to clear this area. The other Dragoon is okay. Next is coming down, so Shuttle is not missing a beat. Observers is here, so this rush has failed, and I think that the all kill from rush is not gonna be incoming here. Vulture's got speed, but he cannot do anything. The Dragoons need to move back. Do your moving shot, man. What are you doing? He does do the moving shot and he gets the mine, so that's great. And now he will come out and clear those areas. But 3 bases coming up strong for Shuttle, and looks like Twit's coming down from rush, but I don't think Reavers is coming. At least not yet. It's gonna be Observer first. And this Vulture could try to do it, but now the problem for Shuttle is you need to make sure you can cover everything correctly, right? You need to make sure there's no fast Vulture that can run into any of your bases, and that is very hard to do actually, especially in this early stage when you don't have that many Dragoons. Vulture's going to go through, but good block from Shuttle. He was so lucky to have additional Dragoons at that right moment in time. There's going to be an army coming down, so I guess Rush just need to play the long game. Anyways, I think if you look at the third base, Shuttle has sealed this area off. So he's completely sealed off from one side. I need to just worry about the other side now. And he might be getting ready to expand once again. He's looking for those mines. He doesn't see it. SCV is going to try to check this other base, but Shuttle is miles and leagues ahead. He's going to snipe this SCV right here. If you can get the SCV, that means no visibility from Shuttle, from Rush as to what Shuttle's doing. Okay, at least it looks like there's going to be no expansion here. More fast Vultures coming through. He's going to try to snipe. Any kind of probes are getting transferred between the various bases. The speed Shuttle's got the speed Vultures coming through, and there's gonna be just the right moment for the Vultures to go through. The Dragoons need to block the area correctly here. There's gonna be one probe that gets sniped, but all these Vultures could be lost. They're completely trapped. They're trapped. How are they? The Dragoons need to move back. There's gonna be some nice attack, and some probes get destroyed, but that was largely ineffective attack by Rush, and Shuttle is in the lead. He's in the lead, but there's gonna be army upgrading something coming up now, and 4 factory, but right in the face of the Observers. So Shuttle knows exactly what he's doing. This ASL Season 1 champion has got a nice lead in the game, and we want to have... What is that? What is this? It's very early Stargate. Very early Stargate from Shuttle. He's gonna go for a Stork build here with carriers. That is definitely on the agenda, I think. And I want to take this chance to start to thank some of my fans for your support in the last days. The first person I'd like to thank is Mr. Sea Goblin. Where are you? Let me just quickly show you Mr. Sea Goblin. There he is from Norway. Thanks a lot for your support in the last 30 days. And the next person that I would like to thank, it is going to be Mr. Eric from the US. There you are. Thank you so much, Mr. Eric. And next is gonna be Giovanni from Italy. Thank you for your support in the last 3 days. I hoped that you have a buongiorno in Italy. I can speak some Italian. No, I cannot. And next is Mr. Z from the US. I need your Gmail address. Give me your Gmail address now. And same with Mr. Giovanni. Give me your Gmail address. And the last person is going to be Peter. Oh my God! Vulture's running through. He's gonna snipe so many probes. But very lucky. Okay, at least the... Okay, this is not gonna be a carry build. This is just gonna be what is it? An arbiter build. An arbiter build isn't so bad, and a little bit easier to fight against as a Terran player. Nice scan. Do we have the tanks up to move out? This is a lot of tanks, man. Do they have +1? I guess they might have +1 at some point in the future, but I think Shuttle's got enough to stop this. At least I think he is going to be having Zelle with lag possibly. And this high ground is really hard to hold here for Terran, but it looks like who gets to the high ground first. These tanks are going to be seated. Shuttle's going to pull back. I need to wait for the support of his, the remaining forces. It would be very wise for Shuttle to make a doctor play right now and get mixing with the army, because you can see that, Rush is using a lot of scan. He's used a lot of scans, so if he can actually just make a single dart before the arbiters arrive, will be something here. But anyways, this attack is coming through, and high ground advantage in Russia's favor. But this attack cannot cripple the bases. On some maps, the attack that the Terran pulls at around the 10-minute mark will cut the bases in half, but it does not cut any bases in half. And Shuttle has got free reign to defend here correctly. More vultures coming through. This is going to be the duo dash. Zelle's going to come through. Not enough mine to cover. Jungo's going to try to come through. Jungo's going to be on the low ground, but Zelle's going to get mixed in with the tank. Get mixed in with the tank right now. Gets me the heat. I think the number of Jungos are falling fast, and the number of tanks are falling fast. So only 5 tanks remaining. 4 tanks remaining. 1 go live. 2 vultures. They all died. Who's going to prevail here? Reinforcement from the back are not present, and Shuttle saves the bulk of his forces. Maybe there need to be a block. The vultures going to try to get on the high ground. There's going to be a block here, but the cannons come on at just the right moment. These vultures will get destroyed, and they will be able to maybe just get a single kill. Yeah, just 1 or 2 probes still, so no biggies. And these vultures going to try to go in here once again, and there was a block already. He will get 1 vultures, and that's it. Very, very good. He's got to be very, 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 very careful. Shuttle man, not to lose his Zealot to mines, but everything is going to get covered very, very nice. And the arbiters is here. We have a gateway that is blocking a Dragoon. That is slightly unfortunate. So that's fine, but the next Dragoon will be coming out very, very fine, because there's only space for 1 Dragoon within that group. Let me turn off Mr. Peter from Sweden's photos, and we look at the mini-map now. 3 bases coming up from Rush, so Rush is doing okay, but Shuttle will be looking at an expansion. He need to, cover those areas. Vulture is going to try to come through, but looks like there's going to be a nice expansion coming up now. Okay, that was unfortunate to eat that mines. Vulture's looking for openings. The first arbiter is here. Will he go for recall or frontal attack with the stasis? That is the question here. But for now, looks like Shuttle will take an expansion. The game will go on. This is not going to be the end of the game. Both the players are going to trade a lot more blows on just this. And let's see how, the players will be performing. Looks like now Rush is on the defensive. Need to set up some position. But like I told you, this base is so hard to hold as Terran, because you're going to be on the low ground. Protoss will come out through from this area, and the rest of your forces will eat so many storms. But that is when you play Temptor strategy. When you play Arbiter, it's not so clear how the battles will unfold, because I've not seen it. But against Temptor strategy, this area is so weak for Terran. So let's see how it plays out. Let me just quickly check the map stats. I believe Polestar, right? Polestar is where exactly? 52% for Terran. So I guess Terran's got advantage overall on this map. Not so sure why though. I feel like the third base is really, really hard for Terran to hold. But Shuttle can just mess it up. I mean, Shuttle is one of the guy who is so likely to mess up an attack. He is so feeble. He is so unpredictable. And so flappy, like Flappy Bird in his army control, army management, unit composition, everything else. Anyways, this Nexus will come up, which is nice, and Shuttle is got the advantage. He's looking to do a recall. I would rather see him to go for another base before he execute the recall. Now he need to go for this base right here at the 6 o'clock position. Expand before you press the attack button. He's building some pylon. That is great. He's gonna try to clear the minefield. He's maxed out. Expand, man. Make some Nexus before the attack commences. He goes to go for the next. What is he gonna do? He's gonna go for the stasis. God, what is he doing? He goes for a stasis. That was a puny stasis. The Zealot are blocking the tanks. There's a freaking turret in the middle of the map. Zealots are spreading into 2 different groups, but the army is gonna get destroyed from both sides. This is a meat grinder. Need to go towards the left side only. Ignore the right side. Zealot coming to last minute. Oh my God, Shadow has done it. He's done it. It's clumsy, but he's done it. He's done it by a mere stroke of imagination and luck. Maybe, I don't know. Oh my God, and now he walks everything into mind. He walks everything into mind. He loses everything. He loses everything, and he has not yet expanded. He needed to expand. He needed to expand to the rest of 6 o'clock, but he hasn't. So I guess Rush is going to be on the front foot now. He is going to be able to come out here and win the battle. Some Vultures doing some good attack on the probe line, destroying every unit. Very good micro from Shuttle. Rush is, trying. Is he gonna try to go for the counter attack, or is he gonna just wait? I think waiting is better. Waiting is a lot better. This Arbiter could still cast yet another stasis. And what is this? Why is he going for this kind of really weird old ass build with Arbiters? Who goes for Arbiters anymore, man? Anyways, Vulture's gonna try to get on this high ground, or maybe try to go inside the main. But then some Dragoons are here to stop them. Be very careful. There's gonna be a mine drag. Shuttle has done it correctly. His APM is slightly better than before. Usually his APM is around 280, but this game is 320. If you watch his ASL qualifiers game, they were so painful to watch. He played 2 PVT. I think one was against someone like, I don't know who, Baby maybe? Anyways, probes getting caught in the action. Shuttle's gonna be losing every single probes. He lost 2, 3, 4, 5. But now he will be able to send the rest of his probes out, which is great. He pushes his vultures back. You need to be aware of the Terran's 4th base now. You need to go there and take care of it. And I think overall Rush has got better control of, you know, awareness of the map and the situation on the ground here. Anyways, Shuttle's gonna try to go through, and yeah, 6 base Protoss against 4 base Terran. What else can you ask for in terms of, you know, great games, right? +2 weapons and +1 armor for his enemy. But what about Shuttle? Anyways, SV is gonna get transferred now. There's no recall. Why do we have a recall against a 4th base, for example? That would be some interesting, you know, site to watch. And get ready to expand. Shuttle is gonna finally send some units towards this other side now. He's gonna send an observer first to spot. I'd rather him to take this base. Otherwise, oh, I guess it's very difficult. I guess on this map you gotta be very, very careful. There's gonna be a recall. Shuttle is looking for that recall. He has not yet upgraded energy for his arbiter, so each arbiter can only cast 2 stasis and not, you know, 1 recall and 1 stasis. He's looking for that recall. I think there's a single vultures moving towards the other side of the map. There's a Zealot here. Shuttle need to put down the Nexus now. He does put on the Nexus. There's going to be a vulture that goes to it to just try to snipe the probe, but not able to get anything done. There's going to be some high temperatures as well. Of course, with 4 gas, you can definitely go for high temperatures, especially if you only have 1 Stargate. +2 weapons and +2 armor on the move. His Shuttle is going to be very careful. You need to manage his army very nicely. He's got maxed out army. He's going to be no more to expand and make some gateway, man. Make gateways. You need to have a lot of gateways in this kind of play. Is he trying to recall or what? He's waiting a minute where he walks into mine, just as I mentioned that. But anyways, there's gonna be some science still coming out. He comes through. He's gonna be careful against EMP. The science is looking for that nice juicy EMP. Dragoon's gonna try to come out to clear the tanks. There's gonna be an EMP. Oh my God! The science vessels is looking for that huge EMP. There's what is he doing? I think there's gonna be an observer. All right, looks like Rush is being very careful to tread very slowly as well. Shadow need to make sure he transfer probes towards a new base before the next battle begins. He's gonna try to stop the enemy attack right here. He goes through. There could be a moment of stasis attack coming through. Looks like Shadow is not just stasizing the tanks. Look at the huge line attack. Look at that Goliath in the center. Is doing some. Oh my God! What is this insane stuff here coming through with 4? Oh, but there's gonna be. I mean, he already. Okay, this is gonna be nothing. Just to eat up the. There's gonna be another one on the other side of the map. He's gonna try to go through. He loses 1 stasis, but he will be able to get 1 good stasis or recall. Maybe he goes for 1 good stasis. Hydra could cast a storm, but that Hydra has already used the energy. That was terrible army management. But Shadow has transferred probes towards the top right corner of the map, and he's gonna be able to save that. He's gonna be able to get more fresh minerals, I think, from that base soon. So that's good. But anyways, this attack against the 6 o'clock position is incoming. There's Hydra. I don't know if there's still energy left to do anything or not. I guess not. Those tanks are attacking nicely, but good storm. He might be able to cast 1 more storm that eat up all of those vultures. Supporting coming from the back. Shadow's doing very, very good. I think the tanks are very, very strong, but they don't have the support of the vultures anymore. And Shadow's gonna regroup his army. He might cast some more nice spells. I'm not so sure. +3 weapons and +2 armor on the ground forces. But the problem with Rush is that he's not able to destroy bases. He's doing good on the battles. You know, he's EMPing, but he's not cutting up Protoss economic power. You need to cut off those, you know, those production bases, man. Anyways, the next attack is imminent. He looks like Protoss could be on the low ground. He's just buying time. He will do a good stasis on the science vessels. He's gonna come in, but he's gonna be completely on the low ground. There's a scan. Shadow pulls back. Smart man. He's waiting. He's maxed out. He's gonna try to come outside. And these tanks again are not attacking the right. They're not actually killing any nexus at all. Now he goes. He's gonna try to get this nexus. There's a forge there, but another arbiter is getting ready. What is he doing? He's just waiting. The stasis is gonna wear out. You need to attack while the stasis is still on. This nexus before the probes to evacuate. He's gonna attack right now. He goes through. He's gonna go for 1 more stasis. Looking for that stasis. He's gonna try to do it. Another reinforcement is not coming. He's gonna try to do 1 good attack. Zealot's gonna come through, and Shadow is not controlling half of his army correctly. He will get some time. So the Hydra is doing what? The Hydra is not casting a storm. The stasis will wear out now, and Shadow's army has been obliterated. He's been obliterated. That was a terrible engagement. He needs to send the probes back now. And Rush is looking very strong. He will win this game, I think. The supply differential is large. Supply differential is large. And yeah, he needs to save his probes, maybe. He's not saving it. He's just trying to bleed out, and he will need to go home now. He's sending the forces out and probes need to go home or something like that. I'm not so sure. Yeah, probes have been destroyed. So Shuttle has lost a base that is a little bit inconsequential actually, because that base doesn't have much mining. But looks like Rush is moving towards the 6 o'clock position now, and Shuttle has got 0 army. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All Killer of KCM 2025 Season 1 Week 6. Mr. Rush, 6 kills. And of course, he's gonna start to climb up the elo, not of course the elo stats, but also the KCM leaderboard, right? He is the KCM leaderboard. Let me just quickly show you. Rush is right now not on this leaderboard at all, but he will be on this leaderboard soon. Anyways, it's gonna be a reinforcement coming from the back. He can get some tanks for sure, but he will lose so many bases. He needs to decide. He needs to save the 6 o'clock base now. Oh my god, he's losing so much stuff, man. GG from Shuttle, and Rush has done it. If you enjoyed this cast video, buy me coffee. The link to that is gonna be in the description. Bye bye.